Hello everyone, Tony here from the Coin Club Podcast. Just wanted to let you know that I use Mint Mobil for my mobile phone service provider. I recently switched and couldn't be more happy with the service that I have and the coverage. I urge you to check it out for yourself. Their easy-to-use website has a coverage estimator to show you how strong the signal will be in your location. No more guessing that it might be a good switch for you before you end up chasing a different carrier. They have an easy-to-understand plan structure, and they actively try to save you money if you buy a plan that you don't need. That's right, you heard that right. A cell provider looking out for your best interest. Well, please, do me a favor, check them out and use my promo code when you sign up for Mint Mobil. I'll get some free Mint, and if you use the promo code, you get a $15 credit to your account as well. Ryan Reynolds made everything easy with Mint Mobil except the referral code. So please check it out in the show notes and use that link, sign up, support the show, and get a credit for your new Mint account as well. Welcome to the Coin Club, a podcast brought to you by the Seven House Coins, Currency, Bullion, where we discuss everything related to numismatics. I'm glad to have you along with me for my journey and excited to share with you the very best of numismatics. Hello, my numismatic friends, and welcome to episode 5 of the Coin Club podcast. I'm happy to have you back here with me to enjoy the very best of numismatics. I want to thank you all for your support and ask that if you enjoy the show to subscribe and leave me a 5-star review on your favorite podcast site. It does a lot for the show and gets us out there in front of more folks like you who enjoy numismatics. The more subscribers, the better this journey gets for all of us. Head over to Instagram and Facebook and follow me over there. And lastly, please visit my website where you'll be able to find links to it all over there. 7houseccb.com. You can even email me your feedback and numismatic questions that you may have. Thanks again for your continued support. On this, the 5th episode of the Coin Club podcast, I invite you to tag along with me for some exciting news in the world of numismatics, my take on the problems at the United States Mint, a review of some best practices on how to store some of your coin roll hunting finds, especially if you're on a budget, a little what were you thinking, and a shout out to my subscribers in France this evening with a look at numismatics in their great country. I'll share some numismatic memories with you from my visit there, and then we'll wrap it up. For now, though, I would like to extend a very sincere apology to all of my listeners. As a new podcaster, I know how important it is to get you all the very latest, greatest, and best that I can in numismatics to you on a regular basis. This podcast is my part-time love to create content for you, my listeners. I wish it was my full-time venture, however it is not, and for that I apologize. Life does take priority, and so many things vow for my attention, including numismatics. I have a goal to get you the very best in numismatics every other Monday. However, you may have noticed that it has been a while since you've last heard a new episode. The goal is still to be there for you every other week on Monday with a new episode, and I appreciate your patience. I cherish my listeners, and I value your feedback. Thank you so much, and please continue to spread the word about the Coin Club podcast. In the world of numismatic news, PCGS has a major announcement in regards to their set registries. A little on the old side of the news, but still just as important. They have announced that they will have a 2021 Tone Showcase Award. It is being sponsored by Legend Rare Coins Auctions and Steven Album Rare Coins. With a PCGS set registry account or a PCGS Collectors Club account, toned coin enthusiasts can enter into this registry competition. There are 2 parts to the competition. The first, Toned U.S. Coins, is being sponsored by Legends, and the Toned World Coins competition is being sponsored by Steven Album Rare Coins. If you wish to enter the competition, you must present the following. All coins must be graded and authenticated by PCGS and must be owned by the participant. All images must be PCGS TrueView images. Eligible showcases must have a minimum of 10 coins and a maximum of 20 coins. Your showcase must be completed by June 30th, 2021 by 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you are the lucky first place winner of the U.S. section of this competition, you will receive the following: a $2,500 Legends auction gift card, a hand-drawn artwork of a coin of your choice, and a complimentary reholder with an optional customer pedigree. Second place will get you a $1,000 Legends Auctions gift card, and if you were to win the Collector's Choice Award, you will get a $500 PCGS grading credit. The World Coin Toner Competition will have very similar awards, but sponsored by Stephen Album Rare Coins. The first place will get you the $2,500 gift card to Stephen Albums, the same artwork and pedigree awards as well. Second place is a $1,000 Stephen Album gift card, and the Collector's Choice is again a $500 PCGS grading credit. The Collector's Choice Award gives special recognition to fan favorites. Get the most likes, comments, and shares, and you could win this category. Very cool addition to PCGS with their new toned registry set competition. Toned coin enthusiasts are extremely passionate about their collections, and this competition should be fierce. I'm a little late to the show on this one. However, on Friday, April 23rd, Heritage Auctions hosted the sale of the 1794 No Stars Flowing Hair Dollar. It was a prototype for the later issue and was introduced at $312,000. It very quickly rose to its sale price of $840,000. The previous owner, Bob Simpson, said coin collecting lore states the unique rarity was excavated from the site of the first Philadelphia Mint before 1876. Well, get your credit cards ready, friends, or don't. You take your choice. We're going to start with the only offering coming out in June from the United States Mint, and we'll work backwards to May, and I think you know why. June 15th, we'll see the release of the American Innovation $1 coin, 2021 rolls and bags for the great state of New Hampshire. 25 coin rolls are $34.50, and 100 coin bags are $117.50. P&D Mints, no Sam Frans on this offer. In May, the U.S. Mint released 6 new items for sale. The William Henry Harrison Presidential Medal was released on May 3rd with an initial offering price of $65. It is 1 troy ounce of 999 silver. On May 11th, they offered up 2 new items, the 2021 Kennedy Half Dollar 200 coin bag at a cost of $147, and the 2021 Kennedy Half Dollar 2-roll Philadelphia and Denver set at a cost of $34.50. May 13th saw the release of the 2021 1-ounce gold American Buffalo proof coin. The design is a fan favorite in the world of numismatics. This 24-karat gold coin mimics the original 1913 Type 1 Buffalo nickel. Price to be determined. On May 24th, the last 2 offerings for the month were introduced, something most of us have been waiting a while for. The 2021 Morgan Silver Dollar with the CC and the O privy marks. A beloved coin from back in the day will be celebrating its 100th anniversary of the last year of the Morgan Dollar. The issue price will be $85 with a product limit of 175,000 coins. There is a household limit of 10 that was set for these releases. This release is a pre-order. The window for this will be from May 24th to June 7th or until inventory is depleted. Although you may have gotten one of these beauties, they won't ship until October. Now, folks, that is what I had down for the info on the 2021 Morgan Dollars. If you tried to get one of these sought-after coins, you probably know the frustration that I'm about to share with you. We've seen this time and time again with product releases from the Mint. The same frustration goes round the coin websites and forums, and it has to hit the ears of the top brass at the Mint, but it really seems as if they aren't listening to their collector base. I had 4 CC privy marks in my cart, went over to the O privy mark to get 4 of those, and it crashed. I never even got the 4 CCs, let alone the O's. I wanted to give one to my dad and brother and have one in my collection raw and one graded. Not going to happen, not this time. I think to me, the most disappointing thing is that we have all been talking about this for many releases, many different coins, and nothing better has come of it. I'm going to read you the letter that the Mint released in regards to this debacle. Garner your own opinions from it as you will, but I don't believe it will be any better in the near future release with the Morgan and Peace dollars. You will be beat out by the flippers and large dealers whom the Mint caters to, and you will have to buy this on the secondary market at an exorbitant cost. My word of advice to you is to complain to the Mint as often as you can. Let them know how disgusted you are that the common collector finds it nearly impossible to get something off their website if it's a release such as this. Here is the email from the United States Mint. Dear valued customer, the United States Mint is committed to providing the best possible online experience to its customers. The global silver shortage has driven demand for many of our bullion and numismatic products to record heights. This level of demand is felt most acutely by the Mint during the initial product release of numismatic items. Most recently in the pre-order window for the 2021 Morgan Dollar and Carson City Privy Mark and the New Orleans Privy Mark, the extraordinary volume of web traffic caused significant numbers of Mint customers to experience website anomalies that resulted in their inability to complete transactions. In the interest of properly rectifying the situation, the Mint is postponing the pre-order windows for the remaining 2021 Morgan and Peace silver dollars that were originally scheduled for June 1st. Morgan dollars struck at Denver and San Francisco, and June 7th, Morgan dollars struck at Philadelphia and the Peace dollar. While inconvenient to many, this deliberate delay will give the Mint the time necessary to obtain web traffic management tools to enhance the user experience. As the demand for silver remains greater than the supply, the reality is such that not everyone will be able to purchase a coin. However, we are confident that during the postponement, we will be able to greatly improve on our ability to deliver the utmost positive experience that our customers deserve. We will announce revised pre-order launch dates as soon as possible. Thank you for being a United States Mint customer. And on top of that, they sent out another message a few days later that said, in a message released Friday, May 28th, we made reference to a global shortage of silver. In more precise terms, the silver shortage being experienced by the United States Mint pertains only to the supply of silver blanks among suppliers to the U.S. Mint. That's what they sent out, folks. Take it as you will. At the very least, we're getting some kind of correspondence from the Mint, which is better than anything that's happened in the past. So, all right, enough about that. Some of you new roll hunters to the hobby are contemplating the best way to store your newly found treasures. Well, look no further. Today we'll go over some good practices for storing your roll hunting scores and what to keep them in. A lot of it can be drilled down to personal preference. However, the big thing you should be concerned about is humidity. Humidity can destroy a coin. Collectors have found that they have put away their favorite finds in a shoebox and shoved them under the bed or in the back of the closet, only to get them out at a later date with corrosion, verdigris, that's the green stuff you see on Lincoln cents and copper coins, or other unsightly new additions to the coins. You don't want this. It's a heartbreaker. It really is. The first thing to do is measure how much you'll be keeping, how much you are initially setting aside, and scale your humidity control to that. Will you have a plastic container, or do you need a gun-size safe for a solution? Again, personal preference. However, size your humidity control to whatever you have. If you live on the East Coast, you should start by getting some sort of inside weather station that monitors the humidity level of your home. If it's a humid environment, you may need to get a dehumidifier for whatever room you're storing your coins in. Help to bring the room humidity level down first. Once you tackle the big picture, look at what you'll use for the container that you'll be storing your coins in. There are some very affordable solutions out there. Silica gel desiccant is a cost-effective way to go about this. You can buy these in a throwaway version, but more frequently they are found in what they call a rechargeable version. Now this means that you will watch the color of the silica gel in the container, and when it turns a darker color, you will need to take them out, put them in the oven at a specified temperature to dry them out, and then they are ready to go back for another round. The next type that I prefer to use is a portable desiccant that is housed in a plastic container. It has a window you can see the color inside, and again, when it gets darker, you will plug this one into any wall socket and it will dry out while being heated up as they are plugged in. These are safe as they are UL listed, and there are a variety of manufacturers that offer these for sale. Smaller containers will necessitate one small desiccant pack, larger containers possibly more, and the same goes for you safe owners as well. Most safes are not airtight, so you're going to be fighting a never-ending battle of humidity. For medium to large safes, I would recommend getting yourself a little humidity monitor and a couple of those rechargeable desiccants in the plastic holders. Keep track of the humidity levels whenever you open the safe, or at least every week or so. With coins, the lower the humidity level, the better. It's not possible in most cases to go below 30 to 40%, but you can get close. If you have a small coin collection and are looking for something to stash in your closet or under the bed, remember a couple things when buying your container to house them in. If it is plastic, a generalized statement to stand by is that anything that you can put food in is an acceptable container. Food containers need to be inert or non-toxic, and this correlates to good storage for coins. Soft plastics are no good. The chemicals that make the plastic soft or pliable will leach out and eventually wreak havoc on your collection. Metal storage containers can be a good storage solution as well. Be careful of ones that are painted. Most metal containers are painted. It's not the best option, but an ammo can with a watertight lid is a pretty nice container to store coins in. Keep the humidity out. Be careful of oils that may be left on these types of containers also. Make sure they are clean and free of any oils or paint residues. General safes, gun safes, etc. are also a good solution and a go-to for a lot of collectors. They can be affordable and provide a relatively good level of security. Remember, even if they're safe from home intruders or lurking family members, they are not safe from non-visible culprits. The carpet they put in some of those safes, the wood, the cardboard, or paper that you keep in there, all can have toxic chemicals that can leach out and do bad things to your coins. Wood boxes are a no-no. Just forget about it. No cigar boxes, no wood boxes, no jewelry boxes. Forget it. The whole chemical leaching aspect is another episode all in and of itself. However, take my word, just don't do it. If you want a good experiment, take a quarter or a $50 or even a big old Ike and put it in your jewelry box or cigar box and leave it there for a while. Forget about it for a couple years. Pull it out and see what the box environment has done. Coins don't fare well in these environments. They just don't. So now you've figured out what type of container you're going to use to store your coins. How do you keep them in there? Just throw them in? Well, I wouldn't recommend throwing any coin in any container. A very affordable solution to store some of your coin collecting finds are cardboard 2x2 flips. Google search for a good photo. These cost around 4 to 5 cents a piece. These small pieces of cardboard have a clear plastic hole in the middle where your coin will rest. You place it there, close the other half of the cardboard on top of the coin, and put a couple of staples in to keep the coin in the holder. Pro tip here. Take a small pair of needle nose pliers and crimp the end of the staples flat against the 2x2. You don't want the raised staple brushing past another coin in your container and ruining it with a scratch. It has happened and it will happen if you don't do that. Eventually, you'll get bit. There are some 2x2s that have a sticky surface that when folded together will stick and you don't have to use staples. I don't like them, but that's just a personal preference. Some people don't like to use the staple kind as they can cause a bad patina on the coin if you get the staple too close to the coin. Again, it's just a personal preference. Airtight capsules are another popular way to go. These are more costly, but they nest your coin in a little round plastic holder. Airtights have their own boxes for storage, or you can buy them individually or store them loose or as you wish. Now you have all your finds tucked away in some 2x2s. They're laying around in your storage box or safe. What can you do to keep them together, neat and organized? Well, here we go. One way to store 2x2s are the long cardboard boxes that are specifically built to house these flips. They come in different colors for whatever you're collecting. Cent boxes are red, nickel boxes blue, dimes are green, quarters orange, $50 I believe are brown, and dollars are a tannish looking box. The benefits of storing your flips in one of these boxes are they are compact, they hold a bunch of coins, and they look nice stacked together. At only a few bucks a piece, they are my go-to. The other option for new collectors and those who like to admire what they found regularly is a binder and some plastic coin pocket pages. Essentially, it looks like a binder you would keep your notes in when you went to school. The pages hold around 20 coins in 2x2s. The nice thing about this is you can flip through your finds and admire them easily without having to take them out of the box that was referenced above. One last recommendation for those of you on a budget for collecting would be to get yourself some coin tubes. They are cheap and good for storage. These tubes hold the same amount of coins that you would get in a roll from the bank with their denominations respectively. Coin tubes can be had brand new starting around 30 cents a piece, possibly up to $1 or so if you're only buying a few. If you really want to find some cheap ones, visit your local brick-and-mortar coin shop and see if they are selling any used coin tubes. These can usually be had for around 10 to 15 cents a piece, and for the most part are still in great condition. Start with a couple tubes to get you going, or buy an entire box. It's all up to you, but this can be a very reasonably and cost-effective option for storage as well. I hope this gives you a quick look at what you can do for storage when you're roll hunting, especially for some cost-effective solutions. Coin roll hunting is a very cheap way to start out a coin collection for anyone on a budget. It is also a great way to get young people into the hobby. They enjoy the hunt, and you get to spend the time with them teaching your budding numismatists.
What the heck were you thinking?
John from Alabama sent me an email and asked me to put this in the episode this week. He had a modest collection of silver nickels, dimes, and quarters that he kept in a jar in his bedroom, on top of his dresser, next to his pocket change jar. He said his wife was feeling very helpful one day and decided to roll all the change in his jars. Plural. He never explained to her what was going on with the silver in the other jar. He figured it was just junk silver, so no need to store it special. He didn't notice this for a few days when he went to put his pocket change into the change jar. He started to freak out a little and asked her where the money was. She said, "Oh, I wrapped those coins in those jars for you and took them all to the bank and deposited it in the account." He frantically pulled the lid off the other jar and nothing there either. He called the bank and explained the situation, and they said that those rolls were already given out to other customers. Moral of the story here, if you have a collection, no matter how big or small, let your spouse or significant other know so they don't roll it up and mistake it for pocket change. Sorry, John. Feel for you, really do. I'm very excited to go over some of the vast numismatic history in France this evening. The reason being is that I was so very lucky to have been able to visit the mesmerizing city of Paris not once but twice. Special shout out to my friends Kevin and Scott for allowing us to stay at their awesome apartment in France. So centrally located, it blows your mind how easy it is to get to anything. I met an amazing person there whom I remain good friends with till this day. His name is Sebastian, and he showed me the very best that this fine city had to offer. The city has so much to see that you will never get tired of exploring. Along with sights, he showed me what it meant to live the French life, fine food made by fantastic people, and great wine. In honor of him tonight, the many friends I've made on these journeys, the great country of France, Kevin and Scott, and my many new listeners in France, I urge you to crack open a nice bottle of rosé wine, from France of course. This, my friends, reminds me of sitting in the gardens of the Louvre, enjoying some nice rosé wine with a baguette and some camembert cheese from Normandy. You can buy rosé wine in France like you can get a Coke or Pepsi here in the States for probably about €3.50, no less. Well, as the memories flow back in, let's start our dive into the very rich history of numismatics in France. La Monnaie de Paris is world-renowned as the longest-standing institution in France and the oldest enterprise in the world. Charles II, or more commonly known as Charles the Bald, made by decree a coining workshop in the great city of Paris. The Crown also had 8 more coining workshops throughout the provinces of France. The only one left to this day is La Monnaie de Paris, which has been in constant operation since its inception in 864. Charles II was one of the 3 heirs of Charlemagne. Over the centuries, the number of royal coining workshops varied from time to time. Many things throughout the early years of France caused openings and closings of these mints. Financial crisis, wars, new territories being annexed by the kings, and more were reasons for the fluctuating number of mints throughout the early years. In 1360, John the Good introduced the first franc coin after the British released him from captivity for a ransom. This franc would be minted for another 25 years and was one of many different currencies in use in the country at that time. Henri III started to mint francs out of silver in 1575. These were all removed from circulation a decade later. The franc was minted up until 1642, when it was replaced by the livre or pound. In the year of 1689, there were a total of 22 minting workshops. Over the years, the remaining mints waned and eventually closed, leaving only 3 in 1870. Bordeaux, Paris, and Strasbourg. In 1878, the only mint left in operation was La Monnaie de Paris. The mint has been located at many different addresses throughout its vast history. In the earliest days, it was always located close to the crown, as its function was to serve the royalty. La Monnaie de Paris is currently located on Rue de la Monnaie. It was moved here by Louis XV, located very close to the Louvre and across the Seine River. The first stone for this location was laid on April 30th of 1771. It was officially established on December 20th, 1775. Louis XV is accredited for many construction projects during his reign. However, this was the first official project. In 1795, the franc was adopted as France's official currency. Being under the metric system, the coins were subdivided into the decimi and the centime. A franc at the time weighed in at 5 grams and was made at .900 fine silver. 1803, the range of coins included a 50 and 25 cent pieces, 2 and 5 francs, and larger denominations of 20 and 40 franc coins were minted in gold. These remained in production until the outbreak of World War I. With France's gold reserves put under pressure due to the war, a new series of bills were introduced. They introduced a new series of coins with a hole in the center and made from nickel to save on supplies. In the Depression era, zinc was added to the coins to save even more money. World War II brought on some more changes to coinage in France. During the occupation of France by the German army, the slogan Liberté, Fraternité, and Égalité were replaced with Germany's work, family, and country. These coins were struck in zinc and even some in iron. 1950 saw the issuance of higher denomination coins due to its rising economic status. The 10, 20, and 50 franc coins were minted. In 1958, a report from the Decentralization Committee said that the country's minting facility should be moved out of France as the constraints of the location it currently held were not allowing it to keep up with demand. Charles de Gaulle approved the report, and it was decided that the industrial minting function should be moved out of Paris to a larger facility that would be able to compete with the needs of the country, and the Paris location would still function and keep the artistic functions there. The new plant is located in Pessac, and it became operational on September 1st, 1973. Today, the site is responsible for cutting and burnishing flans, engraving, minting, and packaging. It mints coins for France and other countries in the Eurozone like Andorra, Monaco, Malta, Cyprus, and Luxembourg. Over 40 countries outside the European Union also trust their minting needs to La Monnaie de Paris. Thailand, Costa Rica, and Madagascar are just a few of them. They produce around 500 million coins a year for these other countries. A few facts on each of the mints. Will start out with the Paris location first. It has been around for 12 centuries. It covers 1 hectare of surface area, has 300 employees at this location, and the production numbers are as follows. 120,000 gold coins are struck here every year, 100,000 medals manufactured, and 130,000 official French decorations are produced at this location. The Pessac site boasts the following: 190 employees. It sits on a 98,000 square meter site. The plant covers an area of land approximately 120 by 130 square meters. They mint over 1.5 billion coins every year. Since 2011, they mint coins for 42 countries. Their coin presses strike at a rate of 850 coins a minute, and they have 29 coin presses in total. Well, friends, I hope you get the opportunity to visit France someday, meet new friends, and visit their Monnaie de Paris. The history there is astounding, and please give yourself some time to take it all in. Don't rush. Enjoy the great sights, the scrumptious food, the fantastic wine, and most importantly, the great people of France. We've come to the end of episode 5 of the Coin Club podcast. I'm glad you joined me, and I hope you learned some new things and enjoyed the history from France. Thank you to all of my listeners as always, and I'll see you in 2 weeks for another episode of the Coin Club Podcast. Thank you for joining me on this episode of the Coin Club Podcast. I had a great time with you and look forward to sharing with you on the next episode. If you like what you've heard, please consider supporting me on Patreon at the Coin Club Podcast. Please follow me on social media. I'm on Facebook at the 7 House Coins Currency Bullion and also on Instagram at the same name. You can also go to my website, 7houseccb.com, and give me some feedback on this episode or some suggestions on what you would like to see in future episodes. As always, I'm grateful to all of you for your support and look forward to seeing you the next time on the Coin Club Podcast.